Hearken, listen well, for this is the tale of a world born in chaos and cosmic fury. Imagine a time when the universe itself was young, and the seeds of our planet were scattered among the stars. In an age before memory, the heavens swirled with dust and gas, forging a sphere of molten rock, our Earth. The very air shimmered with heat and the ground pulsed with the energy of creation. Oceans of lava churned beneath a toxic sky, a realm unfit for life. The surface was a seething cauldron where fire and stone danced in a relentless, violent embrace. For eons, the young planet was battered by debris, each impact shaping its surface. Meteor after meteor rained down, carving craters and delivering the raw materials that would one day spark life. Yet, within this crucible, the seeds of life were sown. Volcanic pools bubbled with strange chemistry, and the air was thick with the promise of transformation. The world cooled, a crust formed, and water from distant comets rained down, filling vast basins. These cosmic visitors brought not only water but also the building blocks of life itself. These first oceans, green and iron-rich, simmered under a dim sun. Their surfaces shimmered with minerals, and their depths hid mysteries waiting to unfold. In their depths, the first simple life stirred, mere specks, but ancestors to all that would follow. These tiny pioneers began the slow, miraculous work of shaping the world. Continents drifted, mountains rose and fell, volcanoes reshaped the land. The face of Earth was ever-changing, sculpted by forces both seen and unseen. The Earth was restless, a stage set for wonders and perils. Lightning split the sky, and storms raged across the barren plains, fueling the drama of creation. This was the dawn of life, a flicker in the darkness. In the black depths, life glimmered, fragile yet persistent, a beacon of hope in a hostile world. The world changed ceaselessly, forging new landscapes. Coastlines shifted, new lands emerged, and the planet's story grew ever more complex. Volcanoes and shifting continents sculpted the planet's face. With every eruption and collision, Earth's surface was rewritten, setting the stage for future life. The first act was over, but Earth's epic journey had only begun. The curtain had risen on a saga that would span billions of years. Its saga would be one of transformation, resilience and awe, a story written in fire, stone and the endless dance of time. The world cooled dramatically, and a great chill descended, ushering in Earth's very first ice age, a time when the planet was almost entirely locked in frost and shadow. Massive glaciers crept relentlessly from the poles, swallowing continents and locking nearly all life beneath a thick, unyielding shroud of ice. Early life teetered on the brink of extinction, struggling to survive in a world where sunlight barely reached the surface. Yet some resilient organisms endured, clinging to existence in the warmth of deep ocean vents and in pockets of liquid water beneath the ice. Volcanoes erupted beneath the frozen surface, releasing powerful gases that slowly began to warm the planet, melting the ice from below and above. As the ice retreated, mighty rivers carved new paths through the land, and ancient oceans gradually refilled, breathing life back into the world. The great silence of the Ice Age ended with the thunderous roar of melting glaciers as water rushed across the land, reshaping the landscape. Nutrients released from the thawed earth sparked a dramatic explosion of new life, filling the oceans and land with opportunity. Tiny photosynthetic organisms like green algae and cyanobacteria flourished in the warming waters, pumping oxygen into the air and transforming the atmosphere forever. The reign of ice ended, leaving behind a world reborn, teeming with new possibilities and ready for the next great chapters of life's story. The stage was set for evolution's next leap, as sunlight returned and new habitats emerged from the melting ice. From the long shadow of ice, life emerged not only alive, but stronger and more diverse than ever before. After the thaw, Earth flourished in the Carboniferous period, a kingdom of giants. Colossal ferns and trees formed vast swamps, and giant insects filled the humid air. Early amphibians ventured onto land, bridging sea and soil. Buried plant matter became coal, storing ancient sunlight for future ages. But change was constant. Continents merged into Pangea, altering climates. Swamps dried and the age of giant plants and insects faded. More resilient plants and animals took their place. The Permian-Triassic extinction ended this era, wiping out most life. The world was emptied, awaiting new rulers. The age of titans was over, but evolution's story pressed on. Earth braced for its next transformation. From extinction's ashes, dinosaurs rose to rule the Mesozoic era. For 150 million years, they dominated every continent, thriving in a lush, warm world. Flowering plants appeared and life diversified, but fate intervened. A massive asteroid struck, unleashing global catastrophe. Darkness fell, plants died, and the food chain collapsed. In a geological instant, the dinosaurs vanished. The world was left in twilight, awaiting new life. The stage was cleared for the next act. From disaster, opportunity would arise. In the quiet after catastrophe, mammals emerged from the shadows. Small and adaptable, they survived and diversified. Among them, primates evolved, grasping hands, keen eyes, growing brains. Climate change forced some to the savannah, where they stood upright and used tools. These were our ancestors, the first hominids. Intelligence and cooperation became their greatest tools. Mastery of fire and teamwork allowed them to spread across the globe. The age of man began, clever apes conquering every environment. No creature before had such reach or adaptability. Humanity's rise was slow but unstoppable. A new chapter opened, one that would reshape the planet. The world belonged to a new kind of ruler. Humans settled, farmed, and built cities. Civilization was born. With cities came writing, laws, and empires, but also new dangers. Crowded living bred plagues, disease swept through populations. The Black Death decimated Europe, a grim reminder of nature's power. Alongside plague came war, steel weapons, armies, and conquest. Human ingenuity fueled both creation and destruction. Empires rose and fell, their stories written in blood and stone. Progress brought art and philosophy, but also suffering and loss. The clever ape became the planet's most dangerous predator. Plague and steel shaped history, casting shadows over civilization's light. The world was now shaped by human ambition and conflict. Earth's fate was increasingly tied to the passions of mankind. A new age dawned with the Industrial Revolution. Coal and steam-powered rapid change. Factories rose, machines clattered, and cities swelled. Railways and steamships shrank the world. Electricity lit the night. Human power over nature grew immense, but at a cost. Pollution thickened the atmosphere, warming the planet. Ice melted, weather grew wild, and resources dwindled. Humanity became a geological force, altering Earth's balance. Progress brought wealth and comfort, but also peril. The fuse of environmental crisis was lit. The next chapter would be defined by the consequences of our own success. Now, we stand at a crossroads. Masters of a fragile world, inheritors of countless generations who have walked before us. The choices we make today will echo through the ages, shaping destinies yet unwritten. Our knowledge is vast, our power immense, but our dominion is precarious. We have unlocked secrets once thought impossible, yet the balance we hold is delicate, easily tipped by our own actions or neglect. Climate change is a present reality. Ice sheets shrink, seas rise, and species vanish. The world transforms before our eyes, and the consequences of our choices become ever more apparent with each passing season. We preside over a silent extinction of our own making. Once thriving lands now lie empty, echoes of life fading into memory as the cost of our progress becomes undeniable. The peril is not from the stars, but from ourselves. Our greatest threat is not a distant force, but the sum of our own decisions, our own disregard for the world we share. We are the asteroid, the plague, the slow cataclysm threatening our future. Through our actions, we have become both the architects and the destroyers of our own fate. Earth will endure, but will our civilization? Nature reclaims what we abandon, and history is filled with the ruins of those who failed to adapt. For the first time, the planet's fate rests in our hands. Never before has humanity wielded such influence over the world's future, and never before has the responsibility been so great. We can choose ruin or renewal. The path we take is not set in stone. We hold the power to rebuild, to restore, and to create a brighter tomorrow. With intelligence and cooperation, we can heal and restore. By working together, sharing wisdom, and caring for one another, we can mend what has been broken and nurture hope for generations to come. The chronicle is unfinished, the final words unwritten. The story of our time is still being shaped, waiting for us to decide its ending. What legacy will we leave? Will we be remembered for our wisdom and courage, or for our folly and neglect? The choice is ours, and the story continues. Each day brings a new page, a new opportunity to shape the world for those who will follow. The future of Earth depends on what we do next. Our actions today will determine the fate of tomorrow, and the chronicle of our civilization is still being written.